Welcome back to the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide Podcast. I'm Nai, the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide, your host and guide as we navigate the journey of entrepreneurship together. I'm so excited you're here for episode 8 because today we're diving into a topic that can truly transform how you approach your entrepreneurial journey and the way in which you show up, embracing your unique entrepreneurial style. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt pressure to follow a specific formula for success? Maybe you've tried routines, strategies, or approaches that work for others, but they just don't feel right for you. If so, you're not alone, believe me. In today's world of social media and expert advice, it's so easy to fall into the trap of comparison. We're constantly flooded with creative success stories, viral marketing tactics, and blueprints that promise results. But here's the thing, there's no one size fits all path to success. Copying someone else's formula often leads to frustration, burnout, or feeling like you're forcing yourself into a mold that just doesn't fit. Your strengths, personality, values, and experiences shape your unique approach to entrepreneurship. When you embrace your authenticity instead of forcing yourself into someone else's mold, not only do you thrive, you enjoy the journey. Today, we're going to explore why embracing your entrepreneurial style is key to long term fulfillment and success. Learn how to identify unique strengths, values, and natural way of working. And discover how to align your choices and actions with your authentic self and define success on your terms. By the end of this episode, you'll feel more confident in leaning into your uniqueness and showing up as you. You is the entrepreneur that the world needs. Let's get started. Let's start by talking about why it's so important to embrace your entrepreneurial style. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with advice, success stories, and blueprints for success. We scroll through social media, we see other success stories, and automatically we think, should I just do what they're doing? It's super easy to fall into that trap of comparison, thinking if you just copy someone else's approach, you'll get the same results. But the reality is this, trying to follow someone else's path usually feels off. What works for others might not work for you, and it doesn't work because their path isn't yours. When you embrace your unique style, you attract the right clients, the right opportunities, the right collaborators, the right partners, those who align with your energy and values. Authenticity simplifies decision making, it strengthens relationships, and it reduces burnout because you're finally working in alignment with who you truly are. Authenticity is what sets you apart. Early in my journey, I spent so much time trying to copy the successful strategies of others. I thought if I could just follow in their steps, I'd achieve the same results. But when I think about it, it just never felt right. It wasn't until I asked myself what feels true for me that things started to shift. When I leaned into my own style, I found my flow, and that's when everything started to align. Now that we know why embracing your style is so important, let's talk about how to identify what makes you unique as an entrepreneur. The first thing you want to do is to reflect on your strengths. Think about the skills, talents, and qualities that come naturally to you. Here are some examples of questions to reflect on. What do people often come to you for advice or help with? When do you feel most confident and energized in what you do? What's a skill or strength that makes you stand out in your work or daily life? I have an exercise I would love for you to do. Write down your top 3 strengths and reflect on how they show up in your daily life and work. Next, clarify your values. Your values are the principles that guide your decisions and define your purpose. Here are some examples of questions to reflect on. What's most important to you? Freedom, creativity, impact, or relationships? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? And when you look back on your journey, what do you want to feel proud of? Here's an exercise I would love for you to do. Make a list of your top 5 values. Use these as a filter for your decisions moving forward. And finally, listen to your intuition. Your intuition often reveals what aligns with your true self and also what doesn't align with your true self. Pay attention to how different opportunities feel. If something feels heavy or forced or draining, it might not be in alignment with your style. However, if it feels light, exciting, and energizing, it's probably worth exploring. Let's do a mini self awareness exercise. Take a moment to reflect. What's one area of your life, business, or work where you feel stuck, resistant, or frustrated? Write this down in your journal. Then ask yourself, does this align with my strengths and values? If not, what could I change to make it feel more authentic? What strengths, values, or intuitive nudges have been showing up for you lately? How can you lean into them as you move forward? Reflect and think about these and document them in your journal. Once you've identified your strengths and values, the next step is to align your actions with them. So let's talk about how to align your path with your unique style. Here's how you can create a path that feels authentic and sustainable. First, you want to build your path around your strengths. Focus on activities that align with your natural talents. Focus on tasks that energize you and delegate or simplify tasks that drain you. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you're a natural communicator. Spend more time on speaking or content creation. If, for example, you're more detail oriented, then create systems and routines that reflect that strength. Second, create boundaries that reflect your values. Your values can guide how you spend your time and energy. For example, if family is a core value, then set boundaries around your work hours so you can prioritize time with loved ones. If creativity is a value, then schedule time for brainstorming and innovation. Third, build relationships that align with your style. Work with clients, partners, and collaborators who share your values and energy. For example, if you value transparency, then prioritize relationships with people who are open and honest in their communication. And finally, measure success on your own terms. Let go of external definitions of success and focus on what feels meaningful to you. For example, success doesn't have to mean hitting a certain revenue goal. It could actually mean having freedom in your schedule, making an impact in your community, or simply loving the work that you do every day. Let's do a visualization exercise. Close your eyes and imagine it 6 months from now. You've let go of strategies that don't feel right and fully embrace your unique style. Picture yourself working on tasks that energize you, surrounded by people who inspire you, in a way that feels effortless and authentic. What does this version of your life and work look like? How does it feel? Hold on to that vision as your guide moving forward. Let it serve as a reminder of what's possible when you embrace your unique entrepreneurial style. Before we wrap up, let's reflect and take action. Think about where you are right now. On a scale of 1 to 10, how aligned does your path feel with your unique strengths and values? What's one area where you could lean into your authenticity more? This week, choose one way to embrace your unique entrepreneurial style, whether it's clarifying values, letting go of something that drains you, or redefining success on your terms. Completely up to you. Reflect on how it connects you to your strengths and values. Take one small step to create a path that feels true to you. Think about these and document your thoughts in your journal. I'd love to hear about the step that you're taking this week, so please feel free to share it with me on Instagram at the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide. You can also send me an email at the.entrepreneurialspiritguide@gmail.com. Let's celebrate your progress together. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the Entrepreneurial Spirit Guide Podcast. I hope you feel inspired to let go of comparison, embrace your authenticity, and create a path that's uniquely yours. Remember, no one else in this world has your unique combination of strengths, values, and experiences. Your individuality isn't just part of your story, it's actually your superpower. When you embrace it, you're able to create a path that's not only fulfilling, but deeply meaningful. Next week, we'll dive into a powerful topic: harnessing your entrepreneurial intuition, where I'll show you how to trust your gut and tap into that inner wisdom and use your intuition to navigate your journey with confidence. Don't miss it. Until next time, stay inspired, stay intentional, and keep moving forward with purpose. You got this.